Find the unknown leg of the right triangle. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Now we have a right triangle, which means we can use the Pythagorean theorem. And if this leg is A, and this leg is B, and the hypotenuse is C for a right triangle, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So let's put in the information we know. A is actually the unknown x, so we're going to put x squared here for A. And then plus B is 4 inches, so it'll be 4 squared, and then equals C squared. Well, C is 12 inches, the hypotenuse, so it'll be 12 squared. So let's go ahead and simplify a little bit. X squared can't be simplified, but 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16, so I can put 16 here, and then equals 12 squared, and I know 12 times 12 is 144. It really is helpful to memorize your perfect squares. It makes working these Pythagorean theorem problems a lot easier. Now we need to get this x squared by itself. We're solving for x. I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. So this x squared stays, and plus 16 minus 16 makes 0. So really this x squared is by itself. You don't need to write plus 0 here. And then let's subtract. 14 take away 6 is 8, and then 13 take away 1 is 12. So x squared is 128. So then to solve for x, we need to take the square root of this 128, because some number times itself makes 128. So x is the square root of 128. And like I said, square root of 128 times itself makes this 128. So let's figure out what that number is. Let's go to the calculator here. So square root of 128, 11.3. So x equals 11.3. We'll see if that makes sense. Well, 12 inches, the hypotenuse, should be the longest side, and then the two legs should be less than 12. We have 11.3 and 4. Both of them are less than 12, so that makes sense. So the unknown leg is 11.3 inches. And that's our answer. So this shows you how to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for an unknown leg of a right triangle.